Hi friends, Naji here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So we have been discussing on Crawl4AI, and in this video we will be discussing on how can we clean up the data that is scraped using Crawl4AI. So there are different techniques or different methods are available, but in this video we will be focusing on a method that is called the pruning content filter. So we can start coding. Okay, so I will demonstrate that through coding. So here we have a async dot, then we can from Crawl4AI we can import async controller and browser config, run config, and we can have a cache mode. Then Crawl4AI dot content filter strategy, and we can import the pruning content filter, and we can have markdown generator. I can import the default markdown generator. So our URL will be, we can set the URL. So I will show you which is a URL that we are going to scrape. So this is a URL web page that we are going to scrape. That is a median web page. So let me paste it here. Okay, now we can create our main function. Now we can, a default markdown generator can be defined here. Okay, so here I can say default markdown generator. Here I can set our content filter. So our content filter is the pruning content filter. Here I can set the threshold, which means that the threshold is a kind of a filter which will filter out all the content that is threshold is less than 0.5. And here I can make the threshold type as a fixed, and here I can set the minimum word threshold. So the content that is which does not meet this kind of a threshold will be eliminated. So if a paragraph that is less than maybe 10 characters will be removed from the list. Okay, so once this is done, what I can do, I can create a run config, which will be crawl run config. Here I can set the cache mode. So cache mode will be, we can set a bypass cache mode. Okay, otherwise it will always fetch from the cache. So that's why we are setting it as a bypass cache. Okay, now I can set the browser config also. Browser config. Here I can set the browser config, and here I can set the headless as true. First I will set this as a false. We'll see the browser, we'll see the difference also. Okay, so once this is done, we can start the scraping. We can use the async web crawler can be used, and here we can pass the browser config can be passed as crawler. Now I can wait for the result. Here I can have a await crawler dot error. Here we can pass the URL. Our URL will be URL. This is our medium file, and I can set the config as run config. Okay, once this is done, I can do a print raw markdown length. This can be set as result dot markdown. So this will be our raw markdown without applying this filter. Okay, so once the filter is applied, we want to see the fit markdown. This will be available in the result dot, there is a v2 versus markdown v2 will be there, and fit markdown. Okay, so here we need to print the length. So we only need to print the length to identify to make it to see the difference. Okay, here I can print the length. we don't need this double curly braces. Let me remove that. Okay, now I can print the result dot markdown v2 dot fit markdown. This is to see like what is the content difference. By applying the different filters, we can observe what's the change that is happening with the fit markdown. Okay, so once that is done, we can start main function. I can run the main. Okay, so this is the coding part. Coding is very simple. What we are trying to achieve is we are giving a URL, that is the medium block URL. Okay, and we are trying to filter out few things whose threshold is less than 0.5, and we are making sure that the extracted content should be minimum threshold is 10, should be like more than 10, and we are setting the threshold at a fixed because we are checking against the fixed content. Okay, now let me run this file. Okay, python markdown 1.py. okay, so this is the error. I can say that markdown py. See, okay, I believe you guys can able to see the browser. It is, since we set it as a true, where we can see here, right here we set as a headless is equal to false. That means it will show the header. So that's where we are able to see that particular header. Now let me set it to true and let me run it. Okay, now it is silent, like we are not able to see the browser. Okay, so here we can see, so after the scraping, the raw markdown is 2463 characters. The entire character of the browser, I mean the web page, is 2463, and the markdown after applying this kind of a filtering, then we are getting the fit markdown character length is the 1477. So here it says medium is a home, human stories, and a lot of things is changed, and it is talking about the ultimately something, right? So if you look on that, here we can see it is talking about this para and this para, right? And this is actually missing. Okay, now let me make it 1 and I can run it. We can observe the difference. See, when I set it to 1, then we are able to see this one. Every one has the story because it is greater than 1, right? So if I set it to 10 and let me execute it. See, it is gone because it is filtering out. Its length is maybe not matching with this minimum threshold. That is why it is removing. Now we can set, like we can see what is the difference that make by adjusting the threshold values. Now let me make it threshold as a 1 and we can run the program. Okay, now let me make it again. So let me remove this minimum characters. Okay, I'm going to remove this minimum characters. Now I'm going to run this one. We'll see it will make any difference. Okay, see, now we are getting lot of things, right? So we are getting some URLs here and sign up, all those things that we are getting, right? So now let me increase the threshold. Let me make it to 5 and let me run it. Okay, now after make it earlier its count was 2463, right? So if I increase the threshold, it is removed few of the things from here. So we are only getting 1925 characters, right? Maybe I can make it 8 and we'll see. Okay, now we can see it is almost removed all the unwanted things from here. Okay, and we have the fit. We can see the fit markdown as a 1628 and the sign in sign out, all things are removed from here. Okay, So in this way, we will able to control the HTML content, or we will able to do the cleanup with respect to HTML content, and we can extract what we need. Okay, so that is the purpose of implementing this kind of a filters. So there are more filters are there. In our coming videos we can discuss about it more. So please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.